Hey, welcome back. Little Assassin's Creed 3. Jumping in right where we left off. We're gonna go and see what we got in the house here. Appears to be a homestead mission. Encyclopedia of the Common Man.
Connor, it has occurred to me that the times we live in will be looked upon by future generations with a certain degree of scrutiny, no matter the outcome. With that in mind, I think it valuable to record the goings-on around the homestead. A true log of how people lived during this time of transition. Something to help color the portrait. What do you think?
When I find a moment, I will try.
Very good.
Okay, well, I guess that was the mission? Oh, okay. So, yeah, that was the mission. I mean, there was more to it. That little box said that we should go and click on people or whatever, and it'll show us information on them. Looks like we uncovered the furniture. What a kitchen this is. A couple of butcher blocks. Well, I guess those might just be wooden tables. Some barrels. We have over here. Little game. We're gonna not do that. And a very beautiful eagle sculpture. Alright, moving on. Let's see what else we have here. Do a little tour of the house, huh? Some lovely furniture upstairs. It's funny we didn't have any money, but I guess a lot of this furniture was covered up. What is that, a car? Little toy car in there? I don't think so. Have a nice fireplace on the second floor. This room's kind of empty. Perhaps we can fill it up later. It's also got a fireplace. That's very nice. Bedroom. And, I don't, what, a library? This might be, let's see. Oh, newspapers. The Boston Massacre. Doubtless our readers well know that on the evening of Monday last, I believe that we read that before. And what do we have here? Okay. Shao Jun, born 1505. Shao Jun is an assassin from China and one of the last assassins to meet Ezio before his death. Jun was born in royal captivity during the Ming Dynasty. She spent her teenage years life as one of the favored concubines of the Chinese emperor Zenged? I don't know how to pronounce that. While not an ideal lifestyle, though I wouldn't mind it, it's better than digging ditches. The emperor's taste for travel meant that by the age of 15, Jun had seen more of the world than most people of the era, which I suppose you might consider a bright side. If you try to realize that even more cats had seen more of the world than most people of the era. In 1521, the Assassin Order used the confusion surrounding the Emperor's death to infiltrate his compound and free some of the concubines. Jun was among them. She immediately became an assassin, but never forgot the woman she'd been forced to leave behind. Years later, she returned to the imperial palace to free the remaining concubines, only to find that they had been killed by the emperor's successor, Ji Jing. The new emperor's response to the second attack on the imperial palace was swift and brutal, and caught the assassins unprepared. The Brotherhood in the eastern China was decimated. Zhao Jun and her mentor survived, but were forced to flee Asia entirely. They traveled to Italy to seek the advice of Ezio, but only Xiao Jun would finish the journey, arriving in Florence in 1524, shortly before Ezio's death. I gotta be honest, I have no idea why we got that entry. There's no reason that we received that entry at all. Maybe that game wasn't very popular, and by putting it in this one, they're like, maybe people will play it if we just say something about it. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, it's interesting. I'd like to potentially play that. I think I do have it. Not that I've ever played it before, but yeah. gives us a little wave. You're gonna hurt your back, old man. Alright, let's get to that. Oh, wait, it's a raccoon. Get him! Oh, yeah, got him. Didn't see that one coming.
Yama.
And raccoon. He's a skittish animal. They are not very good at detecting threats, as we saw. Again, poison, snares, bait. And then it tells us how to do it, which whatever. And then only the pelt we use in this one. We don't get meat, teeth, claws, nothing like that. And as we know, there were popular raccoon hats back in the day. Fashion's come a long way, I think. Alright, we're moving right along. We're going to get to the icon here. It's 56 meters away. Well, it was. And we'll talk to the old crazy person that they told us to avoid earlier. See what he has to say.
To what do I owe this great honor, Captain?
The letters you speak of, what are they?
Oh, now you want to know. Captain Kidd's letters, boy. He hid a great treasure somewheres and sent letters to 4 of his crewmen along with a strange piece of leather. If you find the men, you'll find the scallywag. It's that easy, 'tis.
May I see them?
Ha! You might be a captain, but you're not too bright, are you? I'll barter with them. You give me some trinkets I like, and I'll give you a letter. Building my own treasure cache, see?
Trinkets? Like what? Where?
Use your imagination, Captain. There's interesting swag all over the frontier.
Okay, Animus database here. William Kidd, born 1645. Captain William Kidd was a Scottish privateer turned pirate and the center of numerous pirate legends. Not much is known about Kidd before the late 17th century. Even his year of birth is approximate. It's reasonably certain he's from Scotland, but that's about it. Every good pirate needs a mysterious past. Kidd first appears in history records in 1689 when he's listed as captain. He was a privateer for Britain in the West Indies before sailing for New York City, where he lived for several years. In 1695, Kidd was given a privateer's commission to hunt ships in the Indian Ocean and headed for Madagascar, which at the time was a known pirate haven. Then Kidd disobeyed the terms of his privateer commission, attacking ships in the Red Sea. No one is quite sure why, but I guess that's pirates for you. They're bonkers. When Kidd returned to the West Indies in 1699, he found that he was a hunted man. He sold his ship, the Quida Merchant, in Hispaniola, and headed up the coast in a new ship. Kidd knew he was likely to be caught, and wanted to have bargaining chips to secure his own freedom. So he started hiding treasures as he went, the idea being that he could later give away the location in order to save his own skin. Kidd was finally captured when he returned home to New York. He tried to talk and buy his way out of arrest, but it didn't work. He was hanged for piracy in 1701, which must have been so annoying. As Kidd's treasure, it's known that he buried some of it on Gardiner's Island, off the coast of Long Island, New York. That part was eventually recovered after Kidd's death. Nobody knows what else he hid, but speculation still ranges today over how much he buried and where. Well, that's interesting. And we have a trinket already.
What you got for me? Ah, you brought me some good pieces. That's worth a letter to be sure. Here you go, Captain.
I will be back for the rest.
Letter to Lucky Lem. Lucky Lem, I write you this script from the North Atlantic, having sailed here aboard my sloop, where the king's limmies are hot on my trail. I trust the adventure prize remains safe, but I rest assured it is in the best of hands, yours. I have always trusted you as one of my most loyal and faithful men, and that is why I now send you this scroll. It is of the utmost importance that you do not open it, as it could mean my life. Carry it with you always, never give it to a soul, no matter the price offered, and believe whatever the cost might be. I will double it when I find you. I do not know when I'll be free of these varlets, but they will not catch me. People very well may come looking for my scroll. Trust no one. Heed my warnings. Captain William Kidd. Well, I think now we'll go and look for some of our people to help the community here.
Yama.
Check on the old wood mill. See what they're up to. On our way over, we find what looks like two elk duking it out. We shoot it, but it doesn't die, so now we need to fight him off. That's pretty tough. A male elk. Oof. Yeah, he didn't die. Alright, got two of them. Alright, got some elk. The male elk are skittish and good at detecting threats. If a male elk spots an intruder, he will stand his ground, give a warning, and then charge if the enemy gets too close. And then it gives us all of our tips, and of course elk have meat that we could use, and we're going to use poison darts on it, which, again, doesn't seem like the best option. But it says that we can get meat, antlers, pelts, and it says other things, many. So elk is a very good, thing to hunt. Alright, after our little journey, we finally get closer to our destination. The wrong destination, but we're here at this one, making a quick pit stop, seeing what's going on. It looks like we can talk to the wives.
You must be Connor. We've been raring to finally meet you. My name's Catherine, and this is Diana. We're the wives of those two blockheads who cut trees.
Nice to meet you. We've heard so much of you from the boys. Glad to finally put a face to the name.
The pleasure is mine.
We were just discussing how nice this bit of territory is, on a river with nobody upstream. I won't lie, Godfrey's letter had me a little worried, but now that we're here and settled, I must say I'm rather happy.
They had us on this plot north of Champlain that was a tangle of rock and bramble. Ugh, horrible place. It's a real treat to be able to walk up the hill and take in the ocean.
Your husbands must keep you busy.
Nothing we can't handle, Connor. The boys think they run the show, but the real bosses are right in front of you.
I do not doubt it.
Alright, so we visited the logging camp. They look like they're doing pretty well, and they enjoy the area. That's nice to hear. Let's continue on to our actual destination. We get close, but it seems that our objective is at the top of this cliff wall type of deal. So, I'll have to climb. Oh. Well, that doesn't seem great. Let's get up there quick.
What in God's name is going on around anyone?
Okay, boys, I'm gonna have to take care of this. Ooh, that's the wrong side to be on. These poachers? They must be poachers or something. Either way, they're winning. Connor, hit them. Ooh. Oh, God. You guys are tough. And there it is. And they disappeared. That's something. Alright, this time when we make it up, it's a little darker. You see the man's wagon is on fire. We can pull him up to save him. That would be so tough. I guess he could have been helping us out a little bit.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are you all right?
I think so. Didn't do much to me aside from a good scare. Blackguards.
What did they want with you?
My purse, which was meager, and they decided to punish me for their trouble. Silly, really. My tools and equipment were worth a king's share to the right man. In any case, I had best get on my way. It's a long walk to the nearest inn. I thank you again for your kindness.
Have you no home?
Oh, well, I was a proud resident of Boston until recently, but I'm not a supporter of His Majesty, and, well, I was forced out of my woodshop and home by loyalists.
There are plenty around here who could use the services of a skilled craftsman, if you were looking for somewhere to settle.
Is that right? I may look into that.
You'd think that months had gone by to build this guy his house. I mean, we would have been doing something else in the meantime, and his house just materializes. Alright, let's see. Lance Woodcutter, now craft level 1 goods. Cool. We'll go to the next one here. At 57 meters away, we can hear a person.
Bloody
And there
hell.
we go.
Can you help me?
The Silent Hunter.
Are you all right?
What do you think?
How did this happen?
Poachers in the woods. I asked them to leave. This was their answer.
Come on. We need to get that arm looked at.
What if the men who did this?
They can wait. Your wound cannot. You'll be able to make it to the house.
Yes. I think the ball took only flesh.
And what is your name?
Miriam.
Do you live nearby?
I don't have a home per se. I took to the frontier when I was a young girl. I've made my life out here ever since. Living where the land makes it easiest.
Not a common choice for a woman of the colonies.
No, it's not. But truth be told, it was this, the convent or the brothels. I prefer the open air.
She would have been perfect to befriend the natives of the land. Oh, it looks like Achilles is waiting for us.
Kana, what are you doing?
Those poachers need to be stopped.
Saw the scabs from my hunting blind. Get to that and you shouldn't have any trouble finding them.
Use the rope dart if you can. Get familiar with it.
Well, Achilles is actually a good teacher there. Hopefully we can utilize this rope dart and see what it has to offer us. Let's go and find some poachers. Miriam said we should be able to see them from her hunting stand, so let's go there. Although it looks like we have some red markers on the mini-map, let's climb the hunting stand to get a better vantage point. Perhaps we can use our rope dart from higher ground, or tree, rather. Alright. There's a target. He's a little farther away than we'd like. It's that one right there. Oh, it looks like we missed one behind us. We'll get to him soon. Let's try. Hold R, and I guess we'll push. There we go. Oh, that's perfect. I would not like to be that gentleman. We gotta sneak around and get this guy with a rope too. Oh, maybe we can take him down a different way. Perfect. It's 2 poachers down. These guys are pretty tough to kill at this stage, so it's nicer to get rid of them silently and quickly. I gotta say, though, our hiding isn't the best. I'm pretty sure that these guys could see us pretty easily. Looks like more have come. We'll have to take care of them.
William Johnson's opening up some of that Mohawk land he purchased for free hunting soon. Might be we make a good haul up there.
I hear tell lumbering will be allowed to boot.
What does he want with the territory if not the...
There we go. I kind of wanted to hear what the rest of their conversation had, talking about William Johnson and our land, but I didn't want to let the opportunity to dispatch the two guys get by.
Hey! Where are you, fellas?
Shooting strangers in the forest, is that common hunting practice where you come from?
No.
Spare me! Go! Tell the friends you have left what happened here.
Connor likes to let guys go to leave a message, but I fear that when they don't come back, the message is sent more strongly. By letting him go, we give him the opportunity to come back with his friends. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. If it was up to me, I'd unfortunately want to take care of the job completely.
Thank you, Achilles.
You are most welcome.
Why did those men attack you?
It's no secret this land is full with game. I spotted the trespassers en route to request permission to hunt here myself, and suggested they do the same.
The bounty of the forest is not mine to give. It is your right to hunt on this land, but I would appreciate you trading your surplus with the others.
Very well. I accept.
And with that, we gain a hunter, or huntress, rather. And she can craft level 1 goods as well. And she has a modest little shack here. So our little community is coming together. This is very nice. Very nice. There's no other potential people to help right now. But we do find that there's a trinket nearby, so we should probably go and get it. We can return these trinkets to Pegleg for our treasures that were left by Captain Kidd. We can return to Pegleg to give him the trinket we found, see if he likes it.
Got some more? Let's have a look, then. If you've been trying to run a rig, I won't have it. Find some more!
Looks like he likes it, but it's not enough to get what we need. Let's see what our ship has to offer. Oh, it looks like we have several destinations. Dread of Night. Let's see what else. Sinking a Secret. Henderson's. Let's try locate the Dartmoor to destroy its secret. We're gonna try this little naval mission. We're on the East Coast, and it's 1773. The surrounding water has a fog about it, making it a little harder to see. Eagle vision helps get through the fog, but not necessarily with our sight. There's the patrol. We need to dispatch them before they can alarm anybody else. And unfortunately, they're behind these rocks for now. Don't have too much longer. Okay, maybe one more hit. 9 seconds left. up. Perfect. Tight corners, lots of rocks around here. I see some sail over these rocks. Some smaller schooners, we can take care of them. Easy pickings. Looks like we get dressed up for the occasion. Somebody didn't like our Native American assassin outfit. Maybe it's not seaworthy enough. Some more schooners to take down. Perfect. One shot, 3 kills. Of course, each cannon gets a shot, so quite a bit of shots. Either way, they're all gone. We see our objective ahead, and of course it's something huge. I believe that looks like a man of war. I'd like to stay away from it. That was a bad aim there. Let's get out of these rocks. Hopefully we can get a better shot. Okay, yeah, I know. We gotta reduce the distance, but I need to get around these rocks first. Perhaps I should have gone in. We don't have a bow cannon. And there we go. Alright, well, this next time, I suppose we should go into the rocks and follow them. Alright, we're good now. We're pointed right into the opening of this here where the rocks are. Let's see what we can do in this fight against that monster over there. Who appear to have rear cannons. You don't even have front cannon. Either way, we're gonna fight the good fight. Okay, so they want us to do this before he even gets out of these rocks. Let's see what we can do here. Heck yeah, get some, dude. For as much as I like the naval combat, it's a little bit slow going, so we're gonna speed things up a little bit. So we did a pretty good job at focusing on the man of war there to get rid of him first. And we took pretty light damage for the most part. Now we just gotta worry about these little guys. Use our swivel cannon a bit more, and there we go. And we can get rid of these guys pretty good. One left. Swivel cannon is not working out. There we go, perfect. All done. Next, we'll head out and continue on our main quest. Connor, I'm glad for your visit. How are things? A good year, our harvest was plentiful. Our numbers swell, and the forest remains undisturbed. I'm glad of it. And how are you, brother? Kept busy by our enemies, but their power wanes. I'm hopeful the land will be free of their influence soon. I have kept your place inside the longhouse. It will be there for you when you are ready to come home. Another time. Okay, well, I thought that was our quest, but it's not. Let's go talk to somebody else. It says that we can still talk to somebody over there, but... Yep, that's normal. There's fires in the middle here. If I ran through... Connor, I hardly recognize you. I'm sorry that I did not visit sooner. My time is taken up with study. Have you found what you seek, then? It is too soon to know, but I am on the proper path. Already it is more than most, but will it be enough? That is something only you can answer. Alright, we're done talking to the elder and some of the people here. The first thing we can do is head over to a viewpoint that we found. Before actually heading to our main quest, we'll do some things. But first, we'll synchronize. The little viewpoint cutscene is kind of cool, but I do prefer the other one, just the slow circle. Lets you see a little bit more. Ooh, that's a drop. I want to know whose job it is, or whose tradition it is, to put all that stuff underneath giant cliffs. Papa, why do we need to put these leaves here? One day, son, a man will try and jump to his death, and we're going to save him with a couple of loose leaves, flower petals, things like that. Oh, big kitty. Yep, okay, so normally, you know, these animals don't probably attack unless provoked or something, and we just walked by. No closer than those giant deer that it could have probably murdered. But in killing it, we get the database entry. Bobcats can be dangerous, but they will flee from a tough fight. Their senses are keen, and they will usually stalk their prey until they get close enough to pounce. We can kill it with all those things, and then it tells us again how to kill it, and we get a pelt and claws from the bobcat. While wandering about, we get a new feather, but also get to another synchronization point. After some time, we find ourselves wandering into Lexington, where there's a man waiting. He seems to have a mission for us. Lexington items. It appears we need to collect these items and bring them back. Several pelts, which we do not have, so I'll have to get them during the game and bring them back at some point. Next, we find ourselves in Boston, and there's another man waiting. He also has the job for us. Central Boston items. He would like some of these items, very different from the man in the frontier. But either way, we can attempt to find them. Shortly after leaving the last man, we find another one with a little target over his head. We'll see what he wants. Boston's contracts. Okay, apparently he would like us to do the murder on some people and report back to him, I would assume. This time we travel through town. We can meet this guy with the envelope above his head. Boston, North Boston letters. These quests don't seem to give us a clear objective at the time of receiving them, but it does show on our map the icons of what we need to do, so we can go to them, like I'm doing with the contract now. We can deliver our letters, or, well, the items, I guess, would be found in the markets or around town, in the chests or what have you. But, yeah, we'll go to the assassin contract first. That was a heck of a jump. But we've dealt with our target. And it appears that there are 4 more of them. This time, it's nighttime, raining, the perfect situation to murder someone in an alley. A dark, lonely alley. Don't know why he decided to do that. Felt he was safe, but he's not. The next person we can seek out is here, patrolling the ocean side, I suppose. We can make quick work of him and move on. Our next target is found at the docks. First, we can drop off one of the letters. Before anybody notices, we can get the heck out of there. Make sure you grab that trinket. On our way to this guy, we drop off another letter, and by killing our 5th target, we get $2,000, and we discover Fort Independence over there on that peninsula. It's covered in red. I would assume that the Templars own it. Continuing on, we can take the road, and we discover the Boston Common. Boston Common. This has the honor of being the first public park in North America. It started off as the pasture of William Blackstone, or Blackston, if you prefer the original spelling, who despite his name was the first white settler in the area. When Boston started growing, Blackston decided to move somewhere more remote. He sold his land to the growing city for 30 euro, and they turned it into common land, hence the name. For the first century or two of Boston's history, this was a place to pasture your cows, no more than 70 at a time. Drill soldiers, the British regulars camped here, attend the occasional public hanging for offenses such as being a witch or being a Quaker, or perhaps simply take a nice walk near all the cows and hanging. The British left the camp when they fled the city in 1776. Public hangings ended in 1817. The cows were banned in 1830. You can still take a walk here, however, but what's the point without the cows? Yeah, I think Sean's right. No cows, no walks. Before we get to our destination, or after, we find our gentleman that needed his last letter. We get 500 euros for delivering it. And with that, we end the episode. And we'll come back, starting off strong with our next quest. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great time, day, night, what have you. Please like, comment, subscribe, all the things, and goodbye.